YouTube channel. I say this every video. I'm so happy to be here, but it's just because I spend my day doing like boring stuff, and then I'm like, this is like the season finale of the day, you know, filming videos and doing all this, and then getting to read the comments, so I mean it whenever I say that. I have a couple things to get to before I get into one of the Vlog Squad members kind of throwing David under the bus and kind of coming forward and saying his own piece, and we've got to talk about that. First, I have 3 things to tell you. Number 1, a lot of you say that you really like my ring. I appreciate that. It is a Louis Vuitton ring. Now, not sponsored, and you're gonna know it's not sponsored by what I say. Was this worth the money? No. I went to Dublin with my mom, and I thought it would be cute to like go in and get a ring and get a bag, like just to like, you know, I don't like spending money like that, but just because it was such a special moment being there with my mom, and I don't know, I wanted to do that. Anyway, summed up, this ring, £600. Right? Ridiculous. And at the back of it here, it's starting to not only like rust, but also the like silver or whatever is starting to already come off, which is why I barely wear this ring anymore, because all that money and that quality, okay, this is like, you come here for the truth about a lot of things, but let's talk about designer brands whenever you see your favorite YouTubers wearing them, because I saw my favorite YouTubers wearing them, Emma was wearing it, and I was like, oh my god, got it? Underwhelming. Boring. But if they want to give me a sponsorship, maybe my opinion can be swayed a bit. So that's the first thing I need to say. Second thing, Monty got neutered and you're all asking for an update on how he's doing. He is sleeping right now because he's still kind of heavily medicated, so I'm just letting him sleep it off. But here is a picture from whenever we went into the surgery yesterday. There is me and Monty is in here, so I'm going to show you these pictures real quick. This was right after the surgery when he came home. He was very doped up, as you can see by his barely open eyes. And then whenever he started coming around, he was in a bed. We just kept him in the living room. And he's been doing very well. So he's sleeping now. The surgery went super well. So that's him neutered now. And it just works out so much better for them. I would really recommend getting your rabbit neutered. The surgery, it was nothing to worry about, but I just did because I love him very much. Okay, and the last thing... Oh my god, I'm telling you so much in this video. Everyone, meet Tyler. Meet Tyler! This kitty is going to be mine. So, Tyler is currently in London. Again, you know I'm moving to England. I'm moving to Brighton in 2.5 weeks. I'm going to be picking him up in 3 weeks. And I wanted to get a kitten now while Bonnie was still kind of a pup, so it was easier to introduce a pup as opposed to an older dog, especially a French bulldog, to a small kitten as opposed to an older cat too. It just worked out better, so everyone meet Tyler. So Bonnie Tyler, my dog is called Bonnie Tyler, you know I love Bonnie Tyler, and then Monty. So that's just the update I wanted to give you. I met him on FaceTime today. That is me and that's him. Very cute. Okay, now we're gonna get into this video. Thank you for allowing me to kind of talk a little bit at the start of this video. So, Dom, who is an ex-member of the Vlog Squad, I feel like we're saying this in every video just because literally everyone is leaving the Vlog Squad. I need to give some context. His kind of role in these videos was to play like a stoner, and again, to like not get demonetized. By stoner, I mean someone who collects rocks and loves stones. Very in with nature. That was kind of his role, and he kind of had this sleazy role where he always brought girls around. He had 10 girls at once, and this was the running joke, the same way David had like dwarf jokes with Big Nick and Seth. It was problematic, straight up point blank period, crossing the line jokes. So we have both of those things, and with Dom, it was, you know, that he's sleazy and he gets all these girls and girls sleep with him and rock on like this. And he has now made this video coming forward, defending Seth and calling out David. Now, I want to make something very clear before I get into this video. He comes across quite well in this video, but there is a lot being said and planning on coming out in the behind the scenes world right now between journalists, and there's a lot going on. So if you're like, hey Adam, this is a really good video by him, why are you still being, you know, quite harsh? Please just know that maybe, let's just say, allegedly, the full truth is not out there yet about Dom. And it's even my neighbor's dog, you know. And it makes me quite uncomfortable to want to, like, praise him for a video whenever there's... It's not my place to say, I'm not going to say, but just I want to give a little bit of context for that, which is why it also took me, like, 2 days to cover this, because I was... okay, you'll understand in a couple days. So anyway, he posted this video and it's called Addressing the Drama. And it has 248,000 views within the first like 2 days or whatever. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna watch it, we're gonna stop, we're gonna talk. Because, I mean, he comes across quite well in this video, I'm going to be honest, and the response, in consideration of Scott, another member of the vlog squad who's still in the vlog squad speaking out, he got so much backlash. He only has 800 dislikes as opposed to like 38,000 likes. So let's just get in with the video and we're gonna talk.
Hey, what's up guys? Dom here. Hope everyone's having a good day. Hope everyone's enjoying themselves. There's been a lot of stuff going on online, and I just kind of wanted to clear the air up about some things and give my perspective.
His perspective.
And, my thoughts on everything that's happening. So I moved out here in 2015 with David, our old roommate Mason, and then Alex Ernst. How I met David and Natalie and everyone was in high school, right? So we went to high school.
It's important to note as well, Alex, the roommate, is no longer in the vlog squad, no longer in the videos anymore. He left a long time ago, and the jokes about him were that he was really weird because he never put up with the jokes that David wanted to do, and he would always be phrased as, the freak who never wanted to be involved. But now he actually looks the best because he never partook in any problematic content. So that's who Alex is, if you don't know.
I always wanted to move to California and
his audio is awful.
Life and see how everything is over there. Obviously, it went very well. We came out here. David started putting me in the video, started putting a bunch of other people who would become, the vlog squad in the videos.
Such a cringy name, right? Vlog squad.
We got a bunch of clicks, a bunch of views, and he really did help launch our careers. So
true.
I am thankful for that. Everyone was pretty supportive. If I needed them in a video or if I needed help with this or that. Obviously, I am very thankful for being in this position and being very lucky to be here and to have a platform even to this day to speak on. Somewhere
it's good to say in the video. It's good to say. It's also important to note that whenever we criticize Scott's point of view, he's doing the things that we said Scott should have done, acknowledging that David gave him this platform, thanking David, and then, going into talking about the opinion of David on how it was problematic and how it was wrong. So, credit where credit is due. He is saying here what we were calling Scott out for not saying. So, the bare minimum, but okay.
And kind of the vibe and the energy started to change a little bit.
In the group.
I've always been a positive person, and I think, a part of being a positive person is opening up to the things you did wrong. Okay. And
Good start.
Admitting your fault.
Good start.
When you are wrong.
Mm-hmm.
The main reason I'm making this video is to hold accountability for my actions and, not only apologize to, people that I worked with.
Mm-hmm.
That
what more can we want?
Respected, but also to other people that were affected by my actions in being in these videos, in creating my own videos, in me living in this influencer space. There was a situation that...
And I think about the influencer space as well and them all living in this. That has to be toxic. People who all you care about is, who can get the most amount of clicks, the most amount of views or whatever, and they're all competing with each other but all best friends and living in one house and, all in each other's videos. There is an immense level of pressure there and also power with whoever has the most and, the hierarchy of who has the least and who's... I don't know, I think... Let's stop normalizing content houses and, content friend groups. They never end well at all, you know what I mean?
In VidCon, maybe I'd say four years ago, I made a video about this on my channel, so if you guys haven't seen this one, I suggest you do check it out. So somewhere around mid 2019, Alex moved out of the apartment and it was just
we talked about.
I had 2 girls move in, just super dope girls. I talk to them, I love them till this day. They definitely taught me, a lot about girls and, gave me a lot of insight and perspective onto things. He was still coming to the apartment to film videos with me. I was still talking to people, getting invited.
Not an ad. Not an ad. Not an ad. Scott's video was monetized too. If one thing, these motherfuckers are making their money off of this scandal with David. They made their money in the moment and they're making their money now. And what he's saying about David coming over and still filming, this was whenever David would come over and he would do bits where, Dom's so out of control, he has all these girls over in the apartment and he's, smoking all this, whatever, over in the apartment, he's a mess or whatever, and it was David coming over and kind of making fun of him in the videos without having to live with him, so important to note.
Cool. around like November, I'd say, of 2019, I finally was moving out. You know, I got my new place here. You know, I have a bunch of awesome roommates. You know, and I was moving up in life. You know, I remember the first time David got his house. I was very stoked for him. I was like, that's awesome. You know, just because you know, seeing one of
it's a
your
pretty good
friends
video.
from high school achieve,
What he's saying here.
You know,
I didn't even know they were friends from high school as well. So
it's a milestone. It's awesome. I moved out, and that was, you know, kind of my ending chapter at the apartment. And that's when the relationship kind of started to drift a little bit.
With David.
You know, I invited David to come check out the place and, you know, to come hang out sometimes, but it was definitely, you know, a lot less straightforward answers, if any answers at all. And, you know,
that's really sad as well, and that just proves that if David's app is called Disposable, how ironic, because that's seemingly how he treats all of his friends. You know, he couldn't, you know, exploit jokes about this person, this friend, in the videos anymore, so he didn't even want to hang out anymore, allegedly. It's really, this is the problem with, like, being friends online, you know what I mean, and the content houses.
I thought it was a little bit strange, because, you know, we knew each other since high school, and...
Even more so.
It'd be cool for you to come check out the new spot and see what I've been up to, you know.
Without filming
checking
it.
in on people. That's really what I was looking for, you know. You know, I think maybe just as time moves on, obviously people drift apart, and you know, it just kind of hurts, man. Just because.
I think it's important to note that there's a difference, in my opinion, between drifting apart and, like, voluntarily not responding to messages and voluntarily pushing that person. You know what I mean? I feel like we've all been there. I don't necessarily think it's called, like, moving on or drifting apart, whatever, because I do think it's interesting to note that sometimes that's more one-sided than others.
There's really no closure for me, and, you know, I don't really know anything about what's going on. You know, my best guess is that, you know, he's busy with, you know, life and all the new things that he's doing.
That's sad as well for people that were friends for a long time, especially from high school.
Within me, so you know, I think he just got busy, and that's really it. You know, there's been a couple other friends of mine that have spoken about their experience in Vlog Squad, mainly being Seth and Big Nick. I met Seth in probably 2016. He was like one of the first like good friends that I got when I was here in LA, because I really just knew David and, you know, some connections through his and some friends of his, but I didn't really have, like...
I'm grateful for the context here, and including the two other people speaking up.
Seth and David, you know, that's something that I think David, you know, needs to handle. Seth has been always...
He's currently talking about David doing the pranks on Seth, where it's unclear if he ever consented, you know, to all three, in which David set him up to make out with an old man as opposed to who he thought was a woman, for David's aim of making fun of him, and he would be going home and his hometown would not be accepting of, you know, him kissing a man, and it's like, you know what I mean.
Supportive friend of mine, and he still is, you know, to this day I still talk to him.
Still speaking good of Seth.
He's helped me realize a lot of things about myself, a lot of things that I did wrong, and you know, a lot of stubbornness I had, and just childish behaviors in myself. We filmed a lot of videos together, you know. Some of these videos that are online are just blatantly racist. They just don't make the African American community look good at all. And you know, I want to personally apologize to Seth for being involved in those videos, and you know, for not...
Here's the difference between his video and even Scott's notes apology, which, remember, the size of the page was that and he wrote that amount. He's directly apologizing to Seth here. Scott wasn't. Scott was like, I'm sorry if anyone was offended. He's like, this happened. I'm sorry to Seth, and I'm sorry to anyone in that community. It's a lot better.
We're not standing up to it, you know. At that point in time, we were making these videos, and it was funny, and it was jokes, and it was comedic, and I don't think we actually understood the impact of what we were doing. The prank that David pulled on Seth, I wasn't there for the second time, but for the first time when Jason and Karina switched places or whatever.
Such an unfunny joke, too.
Seth had no idea. I was there. David told me, you know, I walked into the apartment, David told me about 5 minutes beforehand what was going on, and, you know, same thing at that moment, I thought it was hilarious. I was like, man, my buddy Seth is about to get pranked, we're about to rip him a new one, this is going to be a great bit. And, you know, at that moment, I think you don't realize that these certain jokes and these certain pranks and these certain video bits, they have...
It's important to note that he just said that Seth was unaware of the prank the first time as well. Which David's side are telling us that's not true. He's saying he was there and Seth did not know.
Repercussions on people, and they affect people differently. Someone like me, I'm very, you know, open with my sexuality, and I think it's good for everyone to express themselves. And I was in videos where I was kissing guys, right? But for me personally, it doesn't have that type of effect on me because I'm just a different person. Just because somebody might think they're fine with it, the first day, or they're fine with it 6 months later, and then a year later they're not fine with it, doesn't mean you can discredit these people's experiences. Because people need time to understand what they've been going through. By no means is it
I have to say,
anyone's fault besides mine.
Based on, he just said, it's no one's fault besides mine, for being involved. Based on this video alone, it's a really good video addressing what's happening. It's especially in comparison to what we've been given.
For not sticking up, and for not saying no, and for not putting my foot down. Seeing Seth's situation and him coming out about it, 2 years later, 3 years later, it really hurts me because I know I wasn't the best at times either. I don't think anyone should be watching these videos trying to live up to what I'm doing, or to think that what I'm doing is cool, or that this is what the cool kids do, or whatever it is. I think it's wrong, man, and I think that people just need to have more empathy. And
I think this is the problem with David's videos as well, because they're all like borderline playing characters and stuff, and being loud and being, problematic, it makes people think that this is normal behavior, especially normal behavior whenever you're around other people. And this is literally what he's saying here, referring to, all the jokes that he partook in. That's not me, like, we're playing bits, and because you then want to be like me, but that's not me, it's me in the videos. It's like, there's such a line here that's always being crossed with David's content.
Other people's situations more. Seth also published like a revenge P video of Erin. I guess he did it because she was saying the N-word in it, and he was trying to get the point across that this fake activism that a lot of influencers are doing when it makes their brands look good and when it brings them more money, he thought that it was wrong for them to do that. Whatever his arguments may be, it still doesn't make it right to post a video like this, whether it's blurred, whether it's not blurred. It's still wrong. Another friend of mine, Big Nick, also spoke about his experience.
I'm happy for him at saying that as well.
Same thing, kind of saying that it was, kind of toxic, cultish, that, he didn't really have the best time being there, and he felt disrespected. And, Nick has taught me a lot about myself as well. Recently he's been becoming very spiritual.
Here's the thing that we're seeing. Someone firsthand. We've seen a lot of people firsthand speaking about that they believe Big Nick and Seth, and, they were good people as well. Here's another one saying that, he's still close with them. They're good people. Listen to them, and it's like, me and you weren't there, but he was there. So who's more credible, me or you, or him?
Onto a lot of the spiritual and positive things that he's been consuming. So I want to thank him for that. When I was in the group, we did make fun of Nick, and even when the cameras were off, there was still jokes being made about his height. And
which is what Big Nick said, because he said he would also go into public and the fans would come up and make fun of him as well, and that David and all never shut these down and encouraged it and he filmed it.
He's one of my good friends, and I joined in on it, and I should have stood up for him, and I should have said something, because I know how depressed he got after all those videos and after those jokes were being made to him. There is a lot of peer pressure, and
for years upon years.
Bigger creators putting on their channels and filming videos, and you feel like you have to kind of do this to fit into the videos, or you have to do that.
This is what we're hearing by all these members of the vlog squad, that because of the peer pressure and David giving them a voice and giving them a platform and giving them income, it's like they go along with everything. And that, in my opinion, is something that rhymes with a mult. Right? C-U-L-T.
Played a certain type
allegedly.
Of role. Some other people in the vlog squad, Corinna, a lot of the jokes that we had were on camera, but a lot of the jokes were off camera. They were, slut-shaming her, or, talking about her sleeping with so-and-so or so-and-so, which is, I can tell that negatively impacts her. Also, Jonah constantly getting these, fat jokes told at him, and I was a part of those jokes too. I would make those jokes on and off camera to Nick as well, and his name's not even Jonah. His name is Nick, and, we named him Jonah because he looks like Jonah Hill. Alex Ernst, I live with Alex.
The fact that he's able to list like every single member of the group except for David, who gets these jokes about them and their personality and their appearance, whatever, but this doesn't happen to David because David films it and David's the one with the platform. It's so insane. It's like these, like, if they get it all, but David does. Nothing gets said about David because he's filming the video and he gets to choose what goes up and, who's on screen or whatever. It's awful.
For 3 years, and he was an awesome roommate. He was really fun, and you know, he had a lot of funny ideas. I know now he's like with his girlfriend, and he seems a lot happier. When I was living with him, I never understood why he always had, you know, this kind of negative connotation to about everything was going on,
and not involving himself, like we talked about.
Maybe he was like sad or mad at life or something like this, and now I understand that, you know, it was him protecting himself from, you know, the evil out there. A lot of the times we joke around how, you know, Alex was crazy or like, you know, he was losing it or whatever it was, and you know, there's people out there with serious mental illnesses, and to make, you know, fun of someone for that's fucked up. You know, it seriously is fucked up. A lot of times
I have to say, with everything that's being presented in this video alone, it's very good. I want to know what you're thinking though. Like, how are you feeling about this based on this video alone?
YouTube, it's hard to separate what's reality and what's fiction, and a lot of people seeing these videos think that, oh, just because these guys are living like this, I should live like this, or I strive to be like them, I strive to do this and that, you know? I hope you guys strive to be positive and read books and have a good, you know, group of...
Yes, the two main things in life, being positive and reading books. Thank you, John.
Positive friends. I hope that's what you strive to do. I hope you don't strive to try to get as many STDs as you want and smoke 10 blunts every single day. And if you guys are fans of the old Dirty Dom and you're still subscribed to me, then go ahead and unsubscribe, because I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be known as that person. I want to be known as being honest and taking accountability for the things that I did, and you know, healing up those wounds that I had with people. You know, it's never too late to be accountable for your actions, and regardless of if you're going to lose friends from it, regardless if you're going to lose brand deals from it, or your merch sales are going to go down, you need to speak the truth, and you need to...
Isn't that such a thing that, like, speaking up about David can lose these people that much? Which is why we're probably seeing none of the vlog squad actually defending him, or, you know, going against him. What he said about merch sales, views, whatever, clout, it's...
What's going on, and you need to communicate with your friends. I think a lot of this stuff, and a lot of these things in general, could just been solved by simple phone calls and talking to people and hearing them out and understanding where they're coming from. You know, if I'm wrong, if I said something in this video that you think isn't right, then let me know. You know, have a conversation with me. You know, I'm human. You know, so I just kind of got on here and just, you know, phrased what I thought I was thinking, but I might be wrong. I'm completely on the polar opposite of what you guys think. So just let me know.
Okay, I think this is a very healthy video, especially with what he's saying about let's just have a conversation. Again, based on that video alone, nothing before or beyond, very good video, and I want to know how you're feeling about it. It just further highlights how bad Scotty's approach was, and how bad his video and his apology was. Bestie, I want to know what you're thinking. Please comment below. Let me know. We'll have that conversation. I love you very much. I will see you in my next one, and bye. Mwah.